Representative Green. I also made clear that we as members have a responsibility to hold ourselves to a higher standard. She acknowledged this during our conversation and apologized for her past comments. I will hold her to her words and her actions moving forward. But because these comments...
We're going to come out of that because most of it is not true. Most of what Kevin McCarthy is saying, while he appears to believe it as it comes out of his mouth, is not true. Marjorie Taylor Greene's committee appointments are not in the air and up for a vote today because of Democrats. In the air and up for a vote today because Kevin McCarthy can't clean his own house. He allowed 61 of his colleagues to vote against Liz Cheney's leadership post because she had the audacity to call an insurrection incited by Donald Trump an insurrection inspired by and incited by Donald Trump. So what you're watching right now isn't true. And I wonder, Congresswoman, how do we get back to, or can we ever get back to real debates between Democrats and Republicans when the Republicans don't start at a baseline of true and honest disagreement?
Listening to Kevin McCarthy, it's almost like listening to Donald Trump. The level of hypocrisy in what he just said is shocking, but it shouldn't be shocking. When you see what he has said about QAnon, and then he stands up there and says that this is an abuse of power, well, come on. He did not support the impeachment of someone who has abused power to the 10th degree in this country. He has not supported even the fact that Joe Biden won the election. And so Kevin McCarthy needs to stop it. He needs to do exactly what Democrats are doing. We gave him a chance to do it, and he did not. This woman should not be serving on the Education and Labor Committee, where she thought that the killing of children at Sandy Hook and Parkland was a hoax and was a conspiracy theory. So she should not be there, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Congresswoman, this is Claire McCaskill. Let me ask you, first, I was startled, especially when Kevin McCarthy just said she had apologized. She has not apologized. In fact, she has said over and over again that she will not apologize for saying it would be a good thing to put a bullet in Nancy Pelosi's head. Now, but my question to you is this secret ballot thing on Liz Cheney. I would like you just to hazard a guess. If the vote today was secret, how many of that Republican caucus would want to, in fact, remove her from these committees? If they could do it without fear of Donald Trump or the QAnon base in their party coming after them, how many of them would vote to do the right thing as long as they didn't have to own it?
Well, that's hard to say because in many ways they have drank the Kool-Aid. You know, they somehow are spineless and are acting in a cowardice way. And so I don't know how many of them, if they didn't feel that they would reap the havoc of a Donald Trump or any backlash, I don't know how many of them would actually come forward and do the right thing, Claire. This is something that is very serious. So many of them believe this stuff. I mean, when you look at the votes in terms of the certification of the Electoral College, look at it. In the House, what was it, about 140 members voted not to certify Joe Biden as president? So I'm not sure that they haven't internalized all of this madness and the Trump values of white supremacism and of actually lying about realities that are taking place in our country. So I'm not sure that I could count on them to step up and do the right thing.
Congresswoman, I want to ask you one quick question about news that broke this afternoon. Would you like to see Donald Trump testify in the Senate impeachment trial?
He absolutely should testify, and he can't get away with this. No one is above the law, and for him to not testify, once again, I think it sends a signal, hopefully, to members of the Senate that he should be convicted. You know, he has told so many lies on and off the record. He should show up and defend himself, his case, if he, in fact, believes that he should not be convicted. So, yes, he should be, actually, he should be subpoenaed to testify if they could do that under the impeachment rules.
Congresswoman Barbara Lee, thank you so much for answering our questions and spending some time with us today. The rest of the panel, Claire, Tim, and Jason, will be back with us after a very short break. Don't go anywhere.
Attention veteran homeowners. Record low mortgage rates have dropped even lower. At New Day, veterans can shortcut the refinance process and save $250 a month, $3,000 a year. With the VA Streamline Refi, at New Day, there's no appraisal, no income verification, and no out-of-pocket costs. One call can save you $3,000 a year.
Call 1-855-502-7212.
Love you. Have a good day. Behave yourself.
Like, she goes to work at 3 in the afternoon and sometimes gets off at midnight. She works a lot. A whole lot. We don't get to eat in the early morning. We just wait till we get to the school. So, yeah.
Right now, here in America, millions of kids like Victoria and Andre live with hunger, and the need to help them has never been greater. But when you join your friends and neighbors to support No Kid Hungry, you'll help hungry kids get the food they need.
If we want to take care of our children, then we have to feed.
3 cents a day, only $19 a month at helpnokidhungry.org right now will help provide healthy meals and hope.
We want our children to grow and thrive and to just not have to worry and face themselves with the struggles that we endure. Nobody wants that for their children.
Like, if these programs didn't exist, me and AJ, we wouldn't probably get lunch at all.
Please call or go online right now with your gift of just $19. You use your credit card, you'll receive this limited edition t-shirt to show you're part of the team that's helping feed kids and change lives.
If you're coming in hungry, there's no way you can listen to me teach, do this activity, work with this group. So starting their day with breakfast and ending their day with this big, beautiful snack is pretty incredible.
Whether kids are learning at school or at home, your support will ensure they get the healthy meals they need to thrive. Because when you help feed kids, you feed their hopes, dreams, and futures. Kids in your community and across America need you now more than ever. Call helpnokidhungry.org right away and help feed hungry kids today.
Attention! Do you have Medicare? Did you know that you may qualify to get up to $144 added back to your Social Security check every month? It's easy to see if you're eligible. Just call the Go Medicare Benefits Help Center at 800-985-9143. In addition to receiving $144 every month, you might also qualify for a $0 Medicare Advantage plan that includes the following benefits: dental, including fillings, exams, and dentures; vision, including exams, frames, lenses, and even contacts; hearing, including hearing aids and batteries; and prescription drug coverage, all at no additional cost. The Go Medicare Benefits Help Center is open now at 800-985-9143. Both the call and the consultation are 100% free with absolutely no obligation to enroll. Call the Go Medicare Benefits Help Center now at 800-985-9143. That's 800-985-9143.
We are back. Tim and Jason and Claire are still with us. Tim, I want to come back to you on something that Congresswoman Lee just said in response to Claire's question about how many, if it was secret, might vote against Marjorie Taylor Greene maintaining committee assignments. I think we have to stop covering the Republican Party as though they're under the influence of Donald Trump. The New York Times reported on ties between a half a dozen Republicans and the militia groups that stormed the Capitol. The Republican Party is clearly QAnon tolerant if they're struggling so much in the last 48 days. And it's over. That part of the story is over. Now the question is whether donors and corporations want to give to the QAnon caucus. That's it. And there will be more reporting as the charges are filed against the insurrectionists about ties to the white militia groups and white supremacists. That is who they are. And the questions are over. They've answered them for us, haven't they?
Yes, look, even in that private caucus last night, there was reporting by multiple sources that said that half of the Republicans gave Marjorie Taylor Greene a standing ovation after her speech last night. So, look, at least half of this Republican caucus is completely enthralled to Q. I think, and there's another quarter of it that are scared of them and will do everything that they can to appease the Republican base, the far-right nationalist base, anytime that they're in public. And then there's just a small fragment of people like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger that are acting on principle. Just really quick on one other thing. It is incumbent on the Democrats to dare Donald Trump to testify. I wrote about this for the Bulwark, that he's not going to respond to a subpoena. This has to be a media play, and I just encourage Democratic leaders and visible Democrats to shame him. You know he's going to be watching that trial next week. Shame him and say that he is responsible for what happened at the Capitol, and if he believes himself to be innocent, that he needs to come and testify for himself.
Well, and the other point, I think, is that he's not complicated. I mean, offer him roadblock coverage. We'll carry it. I'll offer it to him. And it's I have a pointer. It's like holding, treats in front of a pointer. I mean, you hold up the airtime. You hold up the coverage. And if Donald Trump doesn't come, Jason Johnson, it's because his lawyers think he'll get himself in more legal trouble.
Yeah, I think any smart Democrat, for the imagery, what was it, Charlton Heston at the Republican convention, just talk to an empty chair, right? just talk to an empty chair of where Trump is supposed to be, ask him questions and pantomime whatever answers he would give. Look, everybody knows that Donald Trump is a liar. Everybody knows that Donald Trump wouldn't be able to really defend himself in public because even the people who he hired to defend him, half of them quit before this impeachment ever started. But I do think what's important to remember, and I'm glad people are making this point, that the more that we make this look like a trial, the better it is for public consumption. It needs to be made clear Donald Trump chose not to come defend himself in the face of these charges. Donald Trump couldn't put together a legal team because the American public needs to hear, oh, no, he's supposed to be here. He chose not to be because he was afraid. And Democrats have to hammer that point home next week.
My thanks to Tim and Jason. Claire is sticking around a little longer as the vote is set to start in the next hour, which starts after a very short break for us. Don't go anywhere. We really are just getting started today.
USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
My heart failure diagnosis changed my priorities. I want time for the people I love. My heart doesn't pump enough blood, so my doctor gave me Farxiga. It helps my heart do its job better. Farxiga helps keep me living life and out of the hospital for heart failure.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems or are on dialysis. Other serious side effects include dehydration, sudden kidney problems, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
More time with her? Sounds good to me.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
We need to reduce plastic waste in the environment.
That's why at America's beverage companies, our bottles are made to be remade.
Not all plastic is the same.
We're carefully designing our bottles to be 100% recyclable, including the caps.
They're collected and separated from other plastics,
so they can be turned back into material that we use to make new bottles.
That completes the circle and reduces plastic waste.
Please help us get every bottle back.
We're excited to do business with you, but before we sign, I gotta ask.
Sure, anything.
We searched you online, and maybe you can explain this?
Can't believe that garbage is still coming in. That is so false.
Frustrated with your online search results? Call Reputation Defender today to join tens of thousands who've improved their online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at Reputation.